Welcome to Awesome Antiracism, and today's word is family. And some people say, what does family have to do with antiracism? It has everything to do with antiracism. First of all, we can learn racist ideas from our family, and we can also learn anti-racist ideas. And also today, because family actually can live and show how you can take anti-racist actions. And the family I'm specifically talking about today is my cousin, George Glenn, who died a couple of weeks ago. He'd been suffering for a long time with a debilitating illness. And we didn't grow up near each other. He grew up in Chicago. And I knew that he had gone to an East Coast college and had a really good job in finance. But what I didn't know was about his anti-racist activities for black boys and black men. Because he wanted to help young black men improve their lives, not get caught up in gangs and drugs. That has happened to too many, especially in Chicago. And so his family held a virtual commemorative event for him today, a celebration of his life. And it was quite a good celebration because I learned about the work he had done as long as he would have liked to because of his illness. But the people who remembered him, the people who worked with him, the young men he helped, they had good words to say and share about what they got from George Dewey Glenn. And that's why family is important. And we can extend our concept of family beyond just our nuclear family. And that's how we start to create understanding of each other and to transcend racist ideas. Because there's been long perpetuated the racist idea that black people could not and do not have stable families, that black men don't support their families, that they're unreliable, that they can't keep jobs, that they can't take care of their children, that they can't be faithful to their wives. And this is not true. Of course, there's probably as many black people not taking care of black men, not taking care of their families, as there are people in other races. And black men, though, have had to work harder than average white people who've had access to more things. But this is changing now because George Glenn, he went to Harvard University and he took a leadership position there. And when he came out and began making good money in his field of finance, he helped other young men. And that is how family grows. That is how change happens, by helping people move forward in their lives. And that's what's important. So that was our ABC for today in anti-racism is family. Because Black history should be a 12-month occurrence. Just like we live 12 months. And Black history goes back 3,000 years to Africa. And I've been telling stories, I've told stories of almost 20 women, Black American women and African women, who were leaders, who fought for freedom, who kept people from being enslaved, who helped slaves escape, who escaped slavery themselves. And Black women who've come to Alaska. There are Black women coming to Alaska in the early 1900s, setting up businesses, gaining wealth, buying property. And they continued to come to Alaska into the early 1920s to the 40s. One of those women became the first black air traffic controller in Alaska. Her name was Eleanor Williams. And she benefited from an historical event that was negative in some ways because Reagan fired and destroyed the Air Traffic Controllers Union. But that change led to changes in requirements so that air traffic controllers did not have to be pilots or former military. And that led Eleanor Williams, a mother of 7 children, to study to become an air traffic controller. And she held that position. Well, actually, she moved forward. She started as an air traffic controller specialist, moved up into supervision, moved up into management, moved up into higher management. She worked in Anchorage for over 20 years. And then she got offered higher jobs and retired as the regional manager of the FAA in Chicago. And that's just one of many stories of black women who've achieved things that racist ideas say black people cannot achieve. Now, there's some people who still, when I say racism or anti-racism, they're cringing. But we will not resolve the lingering, sustained presence of racism in this country and around the world without concerted, dedicated efforts of anti-racism education. And that's why I say anti-racism is awesome, because it doesn't hurt to look at the roots of problems and to look at our own selves and our own biases and prejudices. And we all have them naturally, but they get out of control when we let racist ideas, those ideas that one person is better than another based solely on their race, not even the skin color, but then you can add skin color to certain situations, which increases racism. So today, we've reviewed our anti-racist ABC word, family, and just looked at why it's important, at least once a week, to think about anti-racist ideas and what awesome anti-racist actions you can do. Read a book of someone you know. Listen to some Black history stories. Go out and see a Black play. Go out and invite your Black acquaintances to coffee. Go out to some Black events. Until next week, remember to breathe deeply, smile, and be grateful. I remain your associate, creating compassionate community.